All right, so Americana from mount, one of the most fundamental attacks. We just did that, we did defense to it. Armbar from mount, other iconic submission from mount in jiu-jitsu. You scoot just a little bit here, be moving some. All right, so on the Americana, when Dan's arms were close like this, the Americana makes sense, right? Boom, his hands are both out to the side, they're not across the middle. He's holding them tight. You gotta overpower him to the mat and get that Americana, which is way off to the side. Sometimes when guys are being defensive, you're trying to get heavy on them and they start extending their arms to stop you from being heavy on them, right? So this is the easiest position to practice armbar from. If you've been doing jiu-jitsu for a while, you know you should not extend yourself like this. People still do it. They think that they can either be way faster, they can be way stronger, they can get away with it. And that's possible. I'm not saying this doesn't work, but I'm saying against somebody who is thinking armbar from mount, this is like their dream, right? So to practice our armbar, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have our partner, his arms are here supporting us. What I'm gonna do is put my arms across his chest, almost like I'm doing CPR on him. We're gonna do it right in the middle of his chest. In this position, I'm gonna lean forward on his arms, and I'm gonna attack this arm, so I'm gonna bring this knee high. So this knee comes high, almost next to his shoulder. Once I'm here, I'm gonna take this arm and bring it sort of across to my armpit, right? So I'm gonna catch this arm with my wrist, like wrist to wrist right here. Then I'm gonna bring this leg up, put this hand on the mat, turn myself sideways. This leg's gonna come across. I'm gonna sit right next to his body. So what I've done is I've trapped his arm against my chest, and I've shifted myself so that my legs are holding him down across his body. I'm holding him down across his head while keeping his arm against my chest right here. Now, in order to finish this, what I wanna do is I wanna get my legs tight together right here. So I'm squeezing his arm. The reason why I wanna squeeze his arm is because I want his elbow facing towards me, which is how it naturally will go when you trap the wrist and pull like this. But if Dan starts turning his arm like this isn't gonna get the arm bar. His arm like this, probably not gonna get the arm bar. So first thing from here, squeeze legs together. After that, you wanna keep them flat, so you wanna squeeze your feet down to the mat. So squeezing my legs together and my feet down to the mat, and then I'm keeping this arm tight against my body so that I control his elbow. My second hand is gonna come here. I'm gonna get 2 hands on his wrist right here, and just like the top of his forearm right here. And from this position, I'm gonna keep myself a little bit forward so I have the weight on my feet. And then once I feel like it's here, I'm gonna lean myself backwards. Boom. And when I get back here, I'm gonna pull on the wrist, pop my hips. That's gonna create this fulcrum where his elbow hyperextends. I have space to break it. Boom, just right there. So that's a very good way to practice it with the guy's arms up like that. Guy's not always gonna put his arms up like that. Sometimes his arms are just gonna be kind of like tight on you when you're in mount. They're gonna be framing on you a little bit, and you can force the guy's arm across his body, which is gonna be a very good position holder for the armbar. So in this case, Dan's got his arms just kind of framed on me a little bit, but they're not fully extended. I'm gonna take the opposite hand, I'm gonna put it through right here and pull it across a little bit, right? Once I pull it across, I'm bringing this knee up, switch hands, bring this foot up, hand down, turn my body, leg across the head, leg across the body, sit right next to his shoulder. The reason I'm sitting right next to his shoulder is so I want my legs to be squeezed above his elbow. If my legs are squeezed below his elbow, I can't pull on that elbow joint, which is the joint that we're attacking. So from here, legs get squeezed together, feet get heavy, both hands come onto the wrist. I lean back, and when I lean back like this, see how the elbow joint's above my thighs where I'm using like my groin basically as a fulcrum. I want to pick my hips up and pull his wrist down and attack that elbow right there. So like I was saying, if you sit kind of, if you're not right next to his shoulder, like let's scoot a few inches in that direction. Sometimes you'll see guys do this when they're newer, or if there's not good at arm barring, they'll fall like away from the guy like this. So see how my butt's not next to his shoulder? I was next to Daniel's shoulder, and now I'm, I don't know, 6 inches or a foot away from the shoulder. At this point, sometimes your guy's elbow starts to get below your legs, and if you have this squeeze on the forearm when you come here, you're not attacking the arm. At this point, it's just kind of an annoyance. Dan will eventually get out and he'll escape. So when you make that pivot and you go from right here, leg out, you really want to drop your butt right next to the guy's shoulder, because that will get you close enough. When you squeeze your legs, you're above his elbow. So now when you squeeze, stomp, pull, and pick your hips up, you're attacking the elbow. So right there, very powerful submission. Let's turn ourselves in the, let's do head in that direction. All right, so we're here, boom, let's just do the arms straight up. This is easier visual representation. Hands are right here, right? Knee comes up, wrist comes onto the wrist. I'm gonna take this leg and open it, this hand's gonna come to the mat. when I do that, notice how my hips turn from being square on Daniel to being sideways on Daniel. From right here, this leg comes over the head, so my leg's on his body, my leg's on his head, my butt just goes straight down to the mat, right? So I'm right on his shoulder, I'm not going down, I'm not going up, I'm right here, and from here, I don't know how easy it is to see this, but I'm here, I lean back, and I pull straight down on the wrist, straight up to my hips, straight down to my feet. So my feet and my hands are coming down, my hips are going up, and I get the attack on the elbow going down right there.